I thought it would be jokes to go through my old DBT therapy worksheets. Hopefully it's helpful for like at least one person. DBT stands for dialectical behavioural therapy. It's used for treatment with people with BPD mostly. So whilst looking through everything, I realised I can't fit months of DBT therapy into a 20-minute video or something. So I've decided to make these videos into a little series. So when I was with CAMS, they gave me a little CAMS care plan, and it says the plan for this treatment is to work towards managing emotional intensity difficulties. And the next step, we will put you for DBT, see you in 2 weeks and see how it goes. Rate and identify your emotions and feelings on a wheel. Develop a coping kit. Develop ways of communicating with family when you need support, like e.g. sending them texts. So they've got the Mind phone number and the text number, St Martin's helpline, Sussex Mental Health helpline, Childline, all good stuff like that. And then also they've given you some links for your parents, like some parent support. So Young Minds Parents Helpline, Family Line. They've given us a little crisis plan. This is just helpful for anyone who feels like suicidal. So, step 1, do healthy things that keep you well. Notice when you feel well and that you can feel well. Reflect on previous successes and visualise what you want to achieve. Watch out for early warning signs / triggers and stressful situations. Step 2, if you see early warning signs / triggers and or faced with a difficult situation, remember what helps you. Use strategies that you know can help. Reflect on previous successes and visualise what you want to achieve. Get back to doing the things that keep you well. Pretty much the same as step 1. Step 3, if things seem to be getting out of control, you can still use strategies that can help you. You can call someone you trust and talk about how you are. If you've been prescribed medication to help calm you down, you can use this by following the instructions on the packet. And then they go on to say, like, if you're experiencing a crisis and need to speak to someone immediately, call the mental health helpline. They've given a list of charities that you can contact. My dad's playing the flute. So this is handout number 1. What is dialectical behavioural therapy? DBT is an effective treatment for people who have difficulty controlling their emotions and behaviours. DBT aims to replace problem behaviours with skillful behaviours. DBT skills help people experience a range of emotions without necessarily acting on these emotions. DBT skills help teens navigate relationships in their environment, so like school, family, peers. DBT helps people create a life worth living. What does dialectical mean? Dialectical means the two opposite ideas can be true at the same time. When considered together, can create a new truth and a new way of viewing the situation. There is always more than one way to think about a situation. This is the handout 2. They make you underline the problems you want to decrease that you have, and then there's behaviours you want to increase that they want you to write the ones you want to increase. So let's get into it. Number 1 problem we want to decrease is reduced awareness and focus, confusion about self, not being aware of what you're feeling, why you get upset, or what your goals are, and you have trouble staying focused. Problem number 2 is emotional dysregulation, fast, intense mood changes with little control or steady negative emotional states, so like mood-dependent behaviours. Problem 3 we want to decrease is impulsivity, acting and not thinking it through, escaping or avoiding emotional experiences. Number 4, interpersonal problems, so pattern of difficulty keeping relationships steady, getting what you want, keeping self-respect and loneliness. Problem number 5 is teenager and family changes, extreme thinking, feeling and acting, absence of flexibility, difficulty navigating family conflict, or effectively influencing others' behaviours. Behaviours we want to increase are core mindfulness skills. I think I'm going to do a whole video on mindfulness. I fucking hated mindfulness, but it is helpful. The second behaviour we want to increase is emotional regulation skills. The third one is distress tolerance skills, interpersonal effectiveness, and number 5, walking the middle path skills. What they do is they'd give you leaflets. My therapist would be like, go to page 1 and fill out this section and have it due by next week. So on handout 4 of the what is DBT therapy like handout is the biosocial theory. If you do psychology, you'll know all about this. So bio is there is a biological vulnerability to emotions, high sensitivity, high reactivity and slow return to baseline. Basically an inability to effectively regulate emotions. Transacting with social, so the social aspect might be like an invalidating environment communicates that what you are feeling or thinking doesn't make sense or is considered inaccurate or an overreaction. Environments include parents, teachers, peers, therapists, coaches, and others. Sometimes there is a poor fit between the person and the environment. This invalidating environment punishes or sometimes reinforces emotional displays and contributes to the person's suppression of emotions, and sometimes leaves the person feeling confused and unable to trust one's own emotional experiences. Self-invalidation over time leads to chronic emotional dysregulation. So that's kind of the causes of emotional intensity disorder and emotional irregulation. On to the next page, there's a little DBT assumptions. So number 1, people are doing the best they can. 2, people want to improve. 3, people need to do better, try harder, and be more motivated to change. 4, people may not have caused all their own problems, but they have to solve them anyway. 5, the lives of emotionally stressed teenagers and their family are painful as they are currently being lived. Teens and families must learn how to practice new behaviours in all the different situations of their lives. 7, there is no absolute truth. And 8, teens and their families cannot fail in DBT. We've just done the first handout. So this was called the orientation handout, and it just kind of explained what you're getting yourself into. I feel like that's a good place to stop because otherwise it's going to be so long.